A woman named Dorothy Fletcher suffered a heart attack on a transatlantic flight from Manchester to Florida. When the stewardess asked if there was a doctor on board, 15 experts stood up. They were all on their way to a cardiology conference. They saved her life. As you gain weight, your tongue does as well. The extra fat on your tongue can cause problems, such as sleep apnea. The longest tape measure in the world is gold-plated and was made in 1956 by a surveyor and tape maker, Justice Rowe. It measures 180 meters, 600 feet. Domino's Pizza Group has its own registered tartan, which integrates its well-known brand colors. The tartan will be made available for team members in Scotland, who would like to wear a kilt. England's royal family changed their name in 1917 due to anti-German sentiment in the midst of World War I. They chose Windsor, after the castle they owned. Their original last name was the Germanic Saxe-Coburg-Gotha. Dan Sir, 23-year-old Mexican rapper, gets gold chain hook surgically implanted directly onto his scalp. He also has golden braces on his teeth. The oldest, "Yo Mama" joke was found on an ancient Babylonian tablet dating back to roughly 1500 BCE. Sadly, we don't have the text of the whole joke, but archaeologists are sure it says something lewd about "Yo Mama." This beautiful creature is called the radiated tortoise. Native to southern Madagascar, it is a long-lived species of tortoise that can live up to 188 years. Due to poaching and habitat loss, the species is currently listed as critically endangered. Jennifer Lopez's green Versace Grammys dress was the inspiration behind the creation of Google's image search feature. The company developed the tool based on the incredible number of searches people perform to see the dress again. Ordering and eating food in courses is called Russian service or service à la Russe. It was introduced to France in 1810 by the Russian ambassador. Prior to this, French service was the typical, with all food being placed on the table and diners serving themselves. This is Robert Wadlow, the tallest person in recorded history. Also known as the Alton Giant, Wadlow was 8 feet 11 inches tall at the time of his death in 1940 when he was only 22 years old. Most of us know a chicken with its head cut off may still run for a few seconds. But in the 1940s, Life magazine and many town newspapers reported the story of Mike the Headless Chicken, whose decapitation looked complete, but left just enough of his brain stem to keep him alive for 18 months. Walking through pine forests makes your lungs feel refreshed because pine trees produce a chemical called pinene. There are two types of pinene, alpha-pinene and beta-pinene. A-pinene has anti-inflammatory properties and is used to treat asthma. Before toilet paper became common in the US, Americans would often use regular paper. A national favorite was the Farmer's Almanac, which had a handy hole in the upper left corner so it could be hung in outhouses for both toilet paper and reading material. They even declared May 6th, read your Farmer's Almanac in the bathroom day. Bologna might seem like a purely American lunch staple, but its origins are in the mortadella of Bologna, Italy. However, it wasn't the Italians who made the lunch meat ubiquitous during the Depression era. It was German immigrants, and one in particular. Oscar Ferdinand Meyer went to work in a Chicago butcher shop at the age of 14 and later started a Bologna empire. A Burger King employee named Kevin Ford recently went viral on social media when he showed off a goodie bag he received on his 27th work anniversary. He never missed a day of work, and the company rewarded him with a movie ticket and candy. His daughter created a GoFundMe page for his retirement, and people showed their support by donating over $150,000. The original London Bridge can now be found in Lake Havasu City, Arizona. After it started to fall down, it was purchased by American businessman Robert P. McCulloch, who had it dismantled and shipped to the U.S. in pieces. Idaho is the only U.S. state that has explicitly declared cannibalism to be illegal. The state adopted the ban in 1990 in the midst of public paranoia about cults and satanic rituals. Urine has long been used as a laundry detergent because it contains urea, which breaks down into ammonia. Even after laundry soap was invented, some Europeans preferred to stick to the urine method to treat particularly tough stains. Microbiologists disagree about whether or not viruses are actually alive. However, the majority say they're not alive since they do not produce any energy on their own and can only replicate when inside a living creature, two basic qualities of life. The average size of the human brain is shrinking. But don't blame modern society just yet. The decrease in skull and brain size has been happening over the last 40,000 years. While our brains are bigger than those of our distant ancestors millions of years ago, brains started shrinking again during the Stone Age. We are conditioned to say "bless you" or "God bless you" when someone sneezes. The superstition termed rule of etiquette was introduced by Pope Gregory the Great in 590 AD. Sneezing could be a sign of the plague. And in the event that the person was ill, it seemed only right to offer them a blessing. Largo di Torre Argentina is a square in Rome that contains temple ruins and the spot where Julius Caesar was assassinated. Not only can you view it from the city streets, but it is now home to a cat sanctuary with around 300 feral cats.